Today we are going to take our next topic, secondary nutrients and fertilizers, their types, composition, reaction in soil, and effect on crop growth. See, what is mean by the secondary nutrient fertilizers and which are the example? Okay, gypsum, magnesium sulfate, dolomites, elemental sulfur are used as the secondary nutrient fertilizers. Okay, why these are used as secondary nutrient fertilizers? Because these fertilizers are the main source for the secondary elements. Okay, we already learned that which are the primary nutrients, which are the secondary nutrients. Okay, calcium, magnesium, sulfur, they are the secondary nutrient, and the secondary nutrient fertilizers are the examples which provide these nutrients. Secondary element is calcium. Okay, see, the neutral and slightly alkaline soils of India are rich in calcium. Neutral and slightly alkaline soils of India. The acid soils of India are low in calcium, particularly in high rainfall areas. Among the various types of fertilizers and the soil amendments containing calcium, superphosphate, calcium ammonium nitrate are used on the large scale. Legumes are generally most responsive to the calcium than the cereals. Fertilizer which supply the calcium. See, there are different types of calcium fertilizers. Calcium nitrate, it provides 19.5% calcium. Then calcium ammonium nitrate, it provides 8.1% calcium. Then superphosphate, it provides 19.5% calcium. Then dicalcium phosphate, it provides 22.9% calcium. And next, the limestone gypsum is provide the 32.3% calcium. Last one is the most enriched source of the calcium. Next is the magnesium secondary element. Magnesium deficiency can be the problem in leached acid soils under the high rainfall areas. It is indirectly applied to the soil through the commercial fertilizers, and the soil amendments add some of this material containing magnesium. Which are the sources for the magnesium? Dolomite, limestone, 4 to 10.6% magnesium. Then calcium ammonium nitrate, 4.5% magnesium. Then basic slag, 3.4% magnesium. Superphosphate, 0.3% magnesium. Next is the sulfur. Sulfur is considered as the fourth major nutrient for the plant growth. Sulfur plays an important role in improving the quality and the marketability of the produce. It increases oil content in seed by the synthesis of sulfur containing amino acids and the protein percentage. It increases starch content of the tubers, improves baking quality of the feed, increases sugar recovery in the sugarcane. Which are the fertilizers supplied? Sulfur. The elemental sulfur, it gives 90% sulfur. Then bentonite sulfur, it gives 80 to 90% sulfur. Then ammonium sulfate, it also gives 24% sulfur. Then superphosphate, it gives 12% sulfur. Then potassium sulfate, it gives 18% sulfur. Then gypsum, 13 to 18% sulfur. This is about the secondary nutrient fertilizers and their introduction. Next is the micronutrient fertilizers, their types, composition, reaction in soil, and effect on the crop growth. Micronutrient is a chemical element necessary only in extremely small amount, usually less than 50 ppm in the plants for growth of the plants. Are getting the definition of micronutrient less than 50 ppm. Which are that micronutrient? The Fe, Mn, Zn, Cu, Mo, P, and Cl. They are the essential micronutrients. Give any two examples of the micronutrient. The micronutrient fertilizers, the carriers used as a fertilizer to supply micronutrients are called as the micronutrient fertilizers. Now, coming towards the classification of micronutrient fertilizers. Define micronutrient fertilizers, give the classification of micronutrient fertilizer. In that, straight inorganic salts, and second is natural and synthetic chelates as a carrier of the micronutrients. Inorganic salts, the salts which supply micronutrients are known as inorganic salts. Zinc sulfate, copper sulfate, ferrous sulfate, manganese sulfate. All these are readily soluble in water and can be used as a soil application as well as for the foliar application. These are the sources available in market for the micronutrient for soil application and for foliar application. This is the examples of the micronutrient and the source of micronutrient, then how much nutrient percentage spread, then rate of application in soil, and for the foliar spray. Very important or useful chart for the application of micronutrients to the crop growth. Micronutrients are very important as the primary nutrients and the secondary nutrient. They are also very essential. Synthetic and natural chelates. First, we get to know that the chelates are the organometallic molecules of various sizes, shapes, in which organic part present in chelates bind the nutrient in the ring structure. Or we can say it is a term applied to the compound which tightly hold the certain cations and that attracted towards them and releases them slowly for the utilization by the plant. These chelates attract the positive cations towards them and tightly hold for a long period of time and release them slowly for the utilization for the plant. That's why chelates are the very important. Chelates are generally organic compounds that combine with cations like Fe, Mn, Zn, Cu in complex ring structure. They attract the micronutrients. Which are that chelating compounds present in the soil or added to the soil? EDTA, DTPA, EDDHA, CDTA, NTA. The natural chelates, FYM and other organic manures contain organic substances which act as chelating compound. Therefore, the micronutrient salts applied to the FYM and manures are slowly released and made available to the plants. When we do the soil application of micronutrient fertilizers, then we have to take care that the micronutrient fertilizer should be mixed with FYM and other organic manures so that naturally there is formation of chelates and there is a combination of chelates with the micronutrient and they get slowly released by the FYM and manures and made available to the plant. Or another source is that you can use the synthetic types of chelates. These are the synthetic types of the chelates. EDTA, ethylene diamine tetraacetic acid, hydroxyethyl ethylene dimini tetraacetic acid, diethylene triamine pentacetic acid, ethylene diamine dihydroxyphenyl acetic acid, nitrile triacetic acid. What is the effects of these micronutrients on the crop growth? Why they are essential? They are very essential for the life and the growth of the plants. Then it helps to form the enzymes and vitamins. Then they are helps in keeping another elements also in reduced or in oxidized condition for a period of time. Then they increase the disease resistance capacity. Then they interact with secondary as well as major plant nutrients. Then they are directly influences on the activity of microorganisms. Then excess of the micronutrient may create the toxicity in the plant. These are the effect of the crop micronutrient on the crop growth. What happens? What is the reaction of micronutrient fertilizers in soil? See, there are different soil conditions influences the availability of micronutrients. The soil acidity, soil alkalinity, soil organic matter content, temporary waterlogging conditions, application of phosphatic fertilizers. In soil are more important character or factor which reduces or increases the availability of the applied micronutrients. These are the different soil conditions which affects the availability of applied micronutrients. When the soil contains more lime, then there is a iron deficiency. In this situation, we have to supply the iron. Excess phosphate fertilization induces iron chlorosis, zinc deficiency, and favors molybdenum availability. This is known as the antagonistic effect. Then high potassium application creates manganese deficiency. Okay. The boron does not normally occur in toxic quantity on most arable soils. Decrease in soil acidity generally reduces the availability of copper, and increase in pH brings about a conversion of bivalent Mn compound to unavailable MnO. Okay, reaction of micronutrient in soil is depends on the soil condition, the presence of the elements in the soil, or application of fertilization in the soil. All these factors affect on the micronutrient availability. Fate of micronutrient in soil. See, micronutrient cation interact with the silicate clays in two ways. They may be involved in the cation exchange reaction, much like those of the calcium or hydrogen. Okay, they are both these calcium hydrogen main player in cation exchange reaction. But here micronutrient also plays very well role in cation exchange reactions. They may be more tightly bound or fixed to the certain silicate, 2:1 type of silicate clay minerals or clays are mostly involved in this bound and fixation. Zinc, manganese, copper, cobalt, iron are found as elements in the crystal structure of the silicate clays. Depending on the soil conditions, they may be released from the clays or fixed. Okay, the fixation may be serious in the case of cobalt and sometimes zinc. Then uptake of both Fe and Zn may be reduced in the presence of the excess phosphates. Hey, see, micronutrient cations may be held in the organic combinations. The organic compounds in which these cations are combined includes protein, amino acids, human, citric, and tartaric acid. Then, ions, when inorganic iron salts such as ferric sulfate is added to the calcareous soil, most of the iron is quickly unavailable by the reaction with the hydroxide. This is the condition of inorganic micronutrient fertilizer ferrous sulfate in calcareous soil. Okay, Fe remains unavailable. If iron is added in the form of iron chelate, such as FeEDDHA, make a combination, the iron remains in the chelate form, which is available for the uptake by the plant. Here, reaction is given. Then, if a zinc chelate is added to a soil with a significant quantities of available iron, the following reaction may occur. Zn chelate plus Fe. Then Fe chelate formation and Zn plus 2 get available. Hence, here we can conclude that the application of micronutrient fertilizers with the chelate is very essential. This is about the micronutrient fertilizers. See, the assignments under this topic, you have to solve all these assignment in your assignment notebook. What is secondary fertilizer and list their types? Define micronutrient fertilizers and list their types. Write down the manufacturing process of the zinc sulfate. Give any 4 examples of chelates with their full form. Write a short note on chelates, or write a short note on inorganic salts. Write down the fate of micronutrients in soil. Write down the effect of micronutrients on the crop growth. Thank you. Today we will stop here.